Day two, build in public update. The high for today is that I feel like I'm getting clarity on strategy and clarity between Renee and I. There's a very different perspective and way in which we approach our building of soul growth. And so today we had some conversations and I'm starting to really see how a really strong social media and content generation strategy is likely where we're headed, building that into community, seeing what our audience, community members, partners, whatever terminology we end up using, want to pay for. Like, what are the things and the needs? But I just feel like there's so much more information and insights that we need, and we don't have it. We don't have it yet. We don't have it yet. The low. Here's my low. I woke up at 2:15 a.m. and I was awake because I'm the person who, like, when I wake up, I'm pretty much awake. And I have on Wednesdays, I have a 5 a.m. class, coaching class. And so I was like, I don't want to go back to bed. And I'm fighting with myself. I'm fighting with myself about my hour meditation, which I've committed to for my own soul growth. This is my soul growth journey. And so I'm going back and forth about this hour meditation and when am I going to do it? And I could sleep for another hour and then I could get up at 3:15 because my class starts at 5 a.m. So I'm like, okay, 3:45, whatever. And as I'm laying in bed, I'm doing my meditation in my head. And I'm like, this is dumb. Just get up and do the meditation. So my low was, it was hard to sit through the meditation. I struggled. My back was hurting, like all these things, but did the meditation. My hope is that I continue to make progress by breaking of my limited beliefs around wealth creation, revenue generation, money mindsets. I spent time yesterday with my coach. I think I might have mentioned it, but I went through all these false money mindsets and narratives that I've been carrying around with me for a very long time. And so I revisited those today. I kept to my commitment, where's my journal here, of documenting when any limiting beliefs popped in my head or any celebrations. And then I'm committed to writing a 15-minute journal about what I noticed around my money mindset today. And lesson learned. My lesson learned is you know when you know. And there's these layers inside of us that we have a sense around something. And so usually something starts with a little bit of this whisper, this questioning, this inner feeling that you can't see. You don't, it's not clear, it's murky, but there's like something down there. I think it's maybe in that unconscious, subconscious, something like that's like this inkling of a intuition, an inkling of here's an area where you could grow and go further. And I've learned that the first step, when you go from unconscious incompetence to unconscious competence, there's 4 steps involved. And that first step is the hardest when you go from what you don't know, to having this like little sliver sense feeling. Like that's the money mindset for me when I really was like, oh, wait, there's something there. There's these beliefs. What are the beliefs? What are the thoughts? I don't know. I don't know them fully. They're not fully exposed, but I'm sensing there's something there and it's deep and it's buried in there. That to me is the reminder that it takes time. And that step is where most people reject what they're sensing and feeling, and they don't allow that felt sense to come up. And so I think that's part of the soul growth journey for me is I want to get like into those unresolved unconscious spaces and start to do work there because I did all this work on the shit that I did see on the surface and the lack of self-regulation and the lack of ability to cope and all the anxiety and all that stuff. And so now that's cleared out and I'm really stable and really healthy. I can now spend time on the deep layer underground stuff. And so that's the lesson learned. That's a reason why to take care of your mental and emotional health. And then metric. Okay, so meditating an hour a day might not be my metric. Maybe it's my personal metric, but I don't know that it's a business metric. But if I got this clarity where I started this whole conversation today on starting to see how Soul Growth is an audience building company, category defining, brand defining play, if you will, strategy first, then my metric would be some sort of social media. Renee and I had a great conversation today about TikTok. I had a post that I did on LinkedIn yesterday that did really well, performed really well. So I think I could start to think about metrics that I could easily figure out and a content generation strategy. So those are all the things I've been thinking about. And I appreciate this time to make this little podcast today. Okay, bye.